interest should be respected. And Muslim says it's important that stablecoins remain a payment instrument and not a savings instrument.
Hello, hello. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Mm, might pause here for a second, but I think if NQ can show interest here at 900 is supportive, we keep going. We'll see. A very solid hold on our Russell 30-second opening range here. Um, Nice to see. After that big move up, got a pullback, pushed right into our VWAP and 30-second opening range. Good bounce, good recovery. Again, just expect this 900 makes sense that we're seeing the seller and some profit taking. Probably would be my guess is maybe a retest of our ETH high in this POC from the shift. And then we'll see where we go from there. I don't know. But I don't think we're done yet. I'm not seeing signs of that. Okay. Hit our 725 was a P from Friday. Got this as well. Yeah, we build here. See, like we're just coming down to POC of our previous round and yeah, we separate. Some music.
Ed Muslim says the US is close to an average productivity regime, the promise of AI not yet visible in the macro data.
The club. Morning. If you're playing off of our POC from previous candle and our push up, just move stops up or take a little risk off. Should be able to get some continuation here, but good so far. Don't know if we get the break immediately or if we're gonna have to wait until new 15s. Unsure. Bid is trying here again at 900. That's good if we can hold, but if not, then might need to rotate back through again. See, Russell starting to show a little weakness, but NQ pushing up, holding where we needed. It really seems like ES won 730. Just head back up to that previous day value high. Just think we need to consolidate here for a bit.
Fed's Muslim says many things are driving inflation, and that tariffs are only one of them. And Fed's Muslim says I expect the impact of tariffs on inflation to fade after 2 or 3 quarters.
Taking off a little risk here on NQ as we push up. Again, I think ES is just headed to the 730 to previous day value high. Very nice bid and hold off of our pivot on NQ. Remember, it's just POC, previous candle. We got our right side of V continuing up. Good trend. RTY is still just kind of sideways here. Yep.
Feds Muslim says so far retaliation against US tariffs has been almost non existent compared to what we feared. And Muslim says that growth in foreign economies looks better than it did a few months ago. Feds Muslim says many indicators suggest that reserves are still abundant.
All right, pushing into target now, boys. Our 730, our yeah, 730 on ES. Watching to see how we interact here as we push up into this, right? This is ADR, previous day value high, etc., and the open of our new 15s. So to me, it makes great sense for this to be a target. And we'll see if we get some continuation above, or if this area starts to hold as an offer and sellers tries to take off some risk here. I am just in runners now on NQ off of our pivot. And now watching to see how we interact here as we push up into this on ES. Your first trade of the day. Hello, Jay. Russell has now done a full rotation from our 30-second opening range in VWAP back up to POC, and EOS is now at target. Thought. So we'll see what happens now, if this is our local high or if we're able to push through. I'm unsure, but it does make for a great target. Again, I am about 90% risked off of this trade.
It's Muslim says I favor connecting rates and economic projections in the SEP.
It was alright, club. Didn't do much. Just rested. But you?
Bank of England's pill says data being presented to the Bank of England is not as clear as it used to be.
Holding our LBN so far on NQ. Yes, trying to build above our previous day value high. Looks good so far. Russell still continuing higher. Nothing really to talk about yet. Two-sided trading here on NQ. Trend persisting. RTY into value high here in our pivot. NQ retesting highs, ES new high, holding POC a previous 15-minute candle. Trend continues.
Bank of England's Pill has now concluded his remarks.
Just watching ES and RTY here. NQ POC is attempting to shift up here. Just watching this pivot above. Good bounce on Russell so far. Yes, at our, again, previous day value high, 730 target. Just trying to see if we can flip this as supportive or if this is going to go back down. NQ starting to lead. We can't get back over this this pivot here at like this 27. Feels like at least one more leg down to 900. Gotta wait and see. Offer is like really trying here though on NQ. If they can't actually push through, then the bid will take advantage back above. At the way. We bounced so far on ES. Again, just a pivot. I feel like we need to build this area out a bit. This looks still very two-sided on NQ. Again, if we see the push above and hold, right, reclaim of this, okay, maybe there's an argument to be made that we can continue higher. I'd love to see something like this off of this POC shift. But if not, right, then this is our resistance, and then we're going to come down. Or at least something like that. So we'll just need to wait and see. I'm still just in my runners from 900. Taking off most profit as we pushed up.
US ambassador to the UN says the United States and allies will defend every inch of NATO territory. The Fed bids for 3-month bills total $3.4 billion, bids for 6-month bills totaling $3 billion.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it seems inevitable. We'll see though. Just LV info. I just wouldn't like I mean, it's like this 900 area is going to either hold or we'll probably do a much larger rotation back down. So I wouldn't be like too picky as you're taking profit as we push down into 900. Like you don't want to miss out on a potential low because you were trying to get like straight to the tick, right? But this is a great risk off area and then we'll see what we do. If ES starts to also show weakness below our previous day value and this POC shift occurs, like it occurred on NQ, um, again, like this is what we were judging this area off of, right? This POC shift here. We're seeing that now on ES as well. So if we continue to fail to build above, we could see a larger push down. If we can start to build back above this and then hold this
Treasury
POC as
Secretary
supportive,
Bessent
then
says
we
the
can
10
go
Fed
up,
chair
right?
candidates
So just
interviewed
gotta wait
by
and see.
next week in
But
CNBC.
so our first
The
candle,
CNBC citing a briefing with Treasury Secretary Bessent, where he said that the 10 Fed chair candidates will be interviewed by next week.
where we're opening below POC on both, right? So potential start of downtrend here. Just gotta wait and see if we can get back over or not, which is why I have what we have labeled, right? Need to see that pop back over this 27 because that was our value high of that candle. We saw that these traders were off sides above. And so I was looking to see if we can build back above. We were unable to do so. We closed below POC of that candle and are now in a sell side controlled market, right? Short term. So I don't know. We'll see. But it makes sense so far to me. Yeah, no,
11:30
definitely
a.m.
not.
Eastern Time, the
I
US
would
sells
say
$82 billion in 3-month bills.
860 is
Prior
another
high yield,
question.
free spot 905%. Prior bid to
70,
cover,
860.
free spot 11. The US sells $73
We just
billion
have to see what
in
happens at
6-month
900.
bills. Prior high yield, free spot 715%. Prior bid to cover, free spot 09.
I'm much more confident in ES finding a low here than in, but again, like we just have to see what happens. Right now, it just looks like a curl over to this POC, right, which is that 900. Now that we're here, we just have to wait to see if this is going to be like balance while we test the waters between these two pivots. You know, now that we've headed to target. But like if this holds again a lower high, right? Like I really do believe that we'll just go down to this POC shift at like 75, 60, 60, 75. That would look something probably like failure here, and then offer flip, and then rotation down to ETHI, right? Something like this. I don't know. We'll see.
Hughes Callas says it is no accident that Russia violated European airspace 3 times in 2 weeks. Russia's testing European borders and undermining its security. Russia will continue to provoke as long as it's allowed to do so.
So what you're gonna be watching for here is if ES can hold this like 30 edge now, right? It's like we have drawn out. Failure to build below previous day value high for the shift. So you're watching to see if this POC can now hold as supportive on retest. Right? Or if we're going to trap here and then look below and then offer. We did the full rotation on NQ. We thought from our 900-ish area. This is why I said don't look for an exact tick. Now we'll watch to see what happens here. Our POC shift above, right? If this is resistance, we'll look for this to stay offer. Then we'll look for that push below the buyers going to continue downward. Should be where we start to see directionality. What's actually going to think. Nice, sounds good, Benjamin. Good luck.
In 5 minutes' time, at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the US sells $82 billion in 3-month bills. Prior high yield, free spot 905%. Prior bid to cover, free spot 11. The US sells $73 billion in 6-month bills. Prior high yield, free spot 715%. Prior bid to cover, free spot 09.
Hey Nestor, how you doing?
We will shortly be receiving the US 3 and 6-month bill auctions.
There's really not much to talk about yet, guys. I wish there was, but we're just watching to see how we interact here at this pivot. We expected choppy sideways action in between these two nodes, or between these two zones, I should say. Now just waiting. What we do have, though, on NQ is something that looks a little bit better. POC is now below us on the new open of this new 15, holding our value edge. I still want to see us over 27s, ideally, and then bid. But we are attempting to shift and hold this POC now as supportive. ES also doing a very similar thing, where we are holding our daily POC as supportive here and just building. long as that's continuing to happen, I don't have a ton to talk about. We need to see this look below 30, 31, and then offer for downside action, and then we can play this shift back down through this lack of structure that we have below us. But if we're able to build here, then we can continue going up, right? So we just have to be patient.
US 3-month bill, high rate, 3.86%, 3.86%. US 3-month bill bid to cover ratio, 3.33, 3.33. US selling 3 months awarding 33.51% of bids at high. US sells 6-month bills at high rate, 3.705%, 3.705%. US 6-month bill bid to cover ratio, 3.01, 3.01. US awards 21.3828. US awards 21.38% of bids at high.
Full rotation of our range here on NQ off that failure. ES looking below. Let's see if we get a nice reoffer here for that continuation down, or if this 900 continues to hold. Again, there's not a lot here until we can see this shift, but this is a good sign that sell side wants further down so far. Let's see if we get that reoffer on ES for follow through. Then if NQ can get it as well. Zone to zone.
Alphabet shares quickly extend drop to session low, down 1.7%.
What short? From 20? Nah, I haven't taken anything since the long. Just expecting balance for it now. Need to see ES hold below for continuation down, personally. But I mean, it's not a bad short. You know what to expect. I mean, I think if 20 to 27 holds here, this it's a much better short. And then we look for the look below, because then we'll have the lower high. But if this holds a higher low instead, and then we pop over 27s, I think it'll probably be a pretty solid long. I don't know, it's just balance, man. But I really want to see this top edge become supportive, or this lower edge go resistant. But a good first sign of a short continuation would be like, okay, this guy's off sides, got very clear lower highs. Then we put in a retest of our lows where our bid is, right at this 900. Then we put in a lower high here with our daily POC being resistance. Then we look below our 900 and our offer shifts down, allowing for continuation. But like if that sequence doesn't happen here where we push down and instead hold a higher low here and then we look up, I mean, that's pretty good sign that sell side has no willingness to continue down, and then that'll probably be a long for me. I don't know. Just have to wait. I'm hoping yes. We held the higher low so far. So if we pop over 27s to me, that'll probably be a long, not a short. We'll see. Watch the new episode of One Piece, Roy? Animation's crazy.
According to Nikkei, Latvia invites Japan into a coalition supporting Ukrainian drones. According to Nikkei, Latvian foreign minister says the drone coalition aims to supply Ukraine with drones and parts and others.
Morning, Yassine.
The article from Nikkei is on the feed for those interested.
There's 1,135 contracts on the offer at 734 on ES. Doing marbles today? Yeah. Probably around like 12:31. Usual.
So just a reminder, at the top of the hour, expected to hear from Fed's Myron. Fed's Myron speaking at the Economic Club of New York, where there will be text and Q&A. We do have a video, we'll pop it on the feed. We have posted out the video where Fed's Myron is speaking on the feed for you to watch.
Oh. Other rotation, just back up to our pivot here, 20 to like 30 above on NQ from our 900. RTY leading down, NQ leading down. It's two-sided, very slow.
So in 5 minutes time now at the top of the hour, we're expecting comments from Fed's Myron. We've got the live video for him on the feed for those interested. We're also expecting comments from Fed's Hammack, Fed's Barkin, and ECB's Nagel as well. For Fed's Hammack and Fed's Barkin, their events seem to be registration only. Got the links to register on the calendar for those interested. As for ECB's Nagel, ECB's Nagel giving a speech entitled "A Strong Euro for the Sovereignty of Europe." For Fed's Barkin, no text is expected. There will be a Q&A though. With Fed's Hammack, there's no indication whether there'll be a text or a Q&A. Fed's Myron will have a text release though.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not sitting here all day. I'm waiting for Mario to get on. And then I'm gonna go grind some shape of dreams. Hmm. $40 till new 15s.
So we're shortly expecting comments from Fed's Hammack, Fed's Barkin, and ECB's Nagel. And also at the top of the hour, we get the text release from Fed's Myron. It's in 10 seconds. So seeing comments from Fed's Myron here, committed to bringing inflation to 2%. Expect rent inflation to fall from 3.5% to 1.5% in 2027. Says forecasters have underappreciated the impact of immigration policy on rent inflation. Net zero immigration would imply 1 percentage point lower rent inflation per year. Immigration policy driven a reduction in population growth rate also exerts downward pressure on the neutral rate. Relatively small changes in some goods prices have led to unreasonable levels of concern. As I believe tariffs will lead to substantial swings in net national savings. Loan and loan guarantees from East Asian nations increase credit supply and lower neutral rate by 0.2 percentage points. Myron says, I look forward to working with more board staff and their forecasts in the coming months. Existing back-looking estimates of the R-star are too high, insufficiently account for recent changes to fiscal and border policies as well. Monetary policy is well into restrictive territory, and leaving the short term interest rate roughly 2 percentage points too high risks unnecessary layoffs and higher unemployment. So keep in mind, Fed's Hammack now speaking on reserve banks and the economy.
So far, open on new 15 is holding POC, a previous candle,
OpenAI and
testing
NVIDIA
into our
report a
pivot.
partnership to deploy 10 gigawatts.
See if we can flip it or if offer holds and then rotate back.
OpenAI and NVIDIA announced a strategic partnership to deploy 10 gigawatts of NVIDIA systems. So NVIDIA to invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI.
So funny. They're just giving each other money. They're just pumping each other. Why? They're just boosting each other's evaluations. Literally it. They're just passing money back and forth.
Nvidia shares pairing losses off the back of that headline, still down 0.25%. Again, OpenAI and Nvidia report a partnership to deploy 10 gigawatts of Nvidia systems, and Nvidia intends to invest up to $100 billion into OpenAI. We have posted Fed's Myron's full speech on the feed for those interested. Fed's Barkin says there's a modest amount of tariffs going to consumers now. Barkin says it takes time for tariffs to go through.
Anything? I mean, nothing has changed in what I need to get above this and hold for anything upside, or we're doing another rotation. We have two zones. We are rotating around them. Seller in control.
Fed's Barkin says we have historically low hiring rates in no recession context. Says the fog around the economy is starting to lift, but firms are still cautious about new investment. Fed's Barkin says business optimism has ticked back up.
Pushing above our pivot. See if we hold or if we trap and look back below. We know how to play balance. Let's see if it works. We're either getting a hold of our pivot here. This is our risk, or we'll play the offer and then the rotation through. The same as usual. Same thing here on ES.
I have posted a link to the OpenAI and NVIDIA strategic partnership press release on the feed for those interested. Fed's Barkin says low unemployment, wage gains, and stock prices are all supporting consumer spending. ECB's Nagel says, I'm only looking at the euro against the dollar exaggerates impact. So again, only looking at the euro against the dollar exaggerates the impact. Stronger international role for the euro is desirable. Nagel says, I'm not concerned about the valuation of the euro.
Going smooth. About 1 here in NQ, but hoping for follow through off of our flip of 20 to 30. Securing 10 points so that my risk now is the trade's free if we get stopped out below. Because I've taken off 13 points.
Fed's Hamac says we're in a two-speed economy. Lower income households are struggling.
Great first target here on ES as well into our value high. Target above this would be, I don't really have much until 750. We just need to see if we can build out a value. Right now, this is just our retest of our highs, so it's a great first risk off always. Yeah, it makes sense. Again, like all we did was consolidate sideways, right? So no shift in our trend. Only way that shift was going to happen is if that pivot below held. If we push back below, then we could look for maybe a larger pullback, but with the flip back above, it's just a balance high hold.
Fed's Barkin says, I expect current low hiring, low firing labour market to continue, but it could break in either direction. NVIDIA now raised losses and extending gains, up 1.7%. Fed's Hamac says the genesis of the rate cut was a shifting in the risk balance. So now Cleveland Fed President Hamac speaking on the wires as well.
I'm trading London session. I consider Asian session
Hamak
value
says the Fed is being
areas
challenged
just
on
the
both
previous
sides
day.
of its mandate.
I mean, it really depends, man. Like, it depends on, like, I mean,
Hamak says we're likely to see inflation continue to go up and says 4.3% unemployment is a pretty healthy rate.
I personally do not look at, I don't separate the two. So I don't trade free market. So I'm not going to give you the best advice here, but you need to go and look, right? And you need to back test it because I don't have the information on hand. I would personally say that you look at previous day value, but depending on your trade type and how long you're looking to hold, right? Like those areas could be incredibly useful. I don't have the information to define your trade
Hamak
for
says
you.
the headline number in payrolls indicates there is some softness there.
But like for me personally, I put a lot more faith. I have a lot more confidence
Hamak
in
saying there are signs of
RTH
some fragility in the labor market.
than Globex sessions. But that being said, if you're trading Globex, yeah, you should use the value area from the previous session, right? Because you're basing whatever those traders were doing,
But Hamak
right,
says it's still a low hiring, low firing job market. Businesses are reluctant to hire.
off your current trade. You see both work at random times, so I'm confused. Well, that might just mean that there's no edge around it, right? Which is that is an answer. That's why I said I don't
But
have like the
bargains, as I expect
statistical edge to back
workforce
you up.
growth this year will be close to flat.
I have no clue. You have to like back test and see what
But
works.
Hamak says warn notices have been stable and are not trending up.
All right, well we're up 30 points here from our flip of 30s, and we are pushing. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I wish I could give you a better answer, but I don't trade it, so it's very hard for me to talk about it, and I don't want to give you some garbage. But I mean, again, like the way that I look at it is that if I don't see any sort of like structural edge to trade around, then I'm going to be going off of like more recent market generated information. So like for you, that more recent market generated information would be right, Asia session.
Fed Hamak says I'm still seeing signs of a robust labor market, like
But
openings to unemployed ratio, but
I would
inflation remains high. I'm
can't
concerned about the level and persistence of
even
inflation.
speak. This guy's talking so much. There's nothing I can do. I would say that if I would look to see what the market does when it
Hamak
doesn't
says on the labor
respect
side, we're
Asia,
pretty close to our target.
and when it does, like what are the market conditions, if there are any, when it is respecting it. Is the market constricted, or is it more expanding, right, in the Asia market, or is it more tight, right? Like those are the things that I would look at to see if there is any sort of signs that it will be respected, right? If like there's huge accumulation in Asia and you're looking to then play London, like that could be very useful. But if there isn't a ton of consolidation and there isn't any like
Fed
sort of
Hamak says we are missing on inflation by a more meaningful number.
huge structural levels
Says
that
I'm laser
are
focused on inflation.
being tested, like that, there's no reason to respect it, because remember, like the whole thing is that we're playing around where we perceive value will be found. So if like we're just expanding and there's no real structural being built out, then we shouldn't really
And Hamak
expect
says
those
we should
areas
be
to
very
be
cautious in removing policy restrictions.
retested and held, right, if we don't build out anything. If that what I'm saying doesn't make sense, like if Asia just is doing this and we've got like little pivots, but we don't
Fed
have any
Hamak says I have one
large
of the
structure
higher estimates of the neutral rate.
where we're building out like a huge node, then there's not really much
And
for us
says
to,
we are only modestly restrictive.
like we'll probably just retrace like most of that move because we just had an expansion, right? We didn't really build out any structure. But these are like things you're gonna have to go back and back test. I don't really value. I don't have
Fed
a
Hamak
statistical
says
edge
if the
there,
Fed
so
cuts too quickly, could start overheating again.
I don't know. I'm sure others do. I'm sure you can find information on those areas, but
That's Hamak saying, if we remove a restriction too quickly, I'm worried about inflation.
I personally think trading Globex is a fool's errand. There's not enough liquidity for day trading 90% of the time, and it's a waste of your time. That's how I feel. So to me, it's like trying to talk about it or like give like any sort of like guidance feels like I'm lying to you. Because I personally believe that it's the worst time to trade. And you have the worst risk to reward. Because it's just like there's not enough volume. There's not enough liquidity. And for you to get stopped out and get chopped up is just like way too high. Personally. Some days, right, like there's huge trend, right? If there's like big news the day before and then people are positioning for it and we get a nice expansion, great. But 90% of the time, it just feels awful. Absolutely awful.
Canada's PM Carney says the US is shifting to transactional and bilateral trade strategy. Fundamental global shifts are making the UN and WTO less effective.
Yeah, I mean Asia and London, honestly. Again, like London sometimes is nice, but like 90% of the time it just feels bad. The days where London feels good, like it feels great, but the rest of the days you're just going to be chasing that high and you're going to be blowing up your account in chop. I honestly feel like the best thing that you can do in London session is just put on like a VWAP with deviations and then play the reversions. That to me that feels
Hamak
way
says, I
more
expect another
successful.
wave of price pressures early next year.
But again, I don't have a ton of experience trading it, so I'm not the guy. Not that guy. I don't know. My point usually is if it takes like I trade my outlook is based off of like points per hour, right? And if I feel
Hamak says, I have every confidence that I and my colleagues are making decisions only on the data.
if like we're have an inability to kind of like get, you know, 100 points in an hour, like I'm really not interested in the market. And that doesn't mean it's just to be 100 points straight up. It just means that there has to be enough trades for me to like stay engaged, and that could be, 20-point rotations, and we can get, a couple of them in an hour. But like it has to be good trading, and there has to be something there, or it just doesn't feel worth, because I know on good days we're going to be able to get that easily. And so like in Globex, where you're looking for basically like 30 points over 5 hours sometimes, like it just doesn't feel worth your time. The time investment just isn't there for me. Especially when I know that I could just like be asleep and then I could just trade RTH and then have a trend day like this and capture the same amount of points. The time investment just isn't there. It's the same day where it's like, yeah, it's again, it's not about being manageable. It's about does it feel worth? Every second that you have money in the market is risk, right?
Oracle shares extending gains last up around 4 spots, 7%.
So if you're going to put money in the market, which is a leveraged position that can be liquidated, you want your money to have a very solid risk to reward, right? You want your money to be working for you, not against you. And when we're chopping sideways or it's low volatility and low movement overall, low liquidity, right? Like your risk goes up, and the sideways action you're sitting through is both emotionally draining and mentally draining. Like it's just like it has a physical effect on your body from the emotional and mental drain. And so like it just doesn't feel worth a lot of the time for me. But do you find edge, you've got edge. Listen, like I don't even trade when we're like chopping in a 10-point range on NQ. Like I just won't touch it because of that. So like to me, RTH 90% of the time, or ETH is like that mentality is just like flashing in my head the entire time of like does not feel worth it, so I'm not trading. the risk does not meet the reward. Later, Sparrow. But again, it's not my market. I'm sure that there's a ton of edge there. I just haven't found it, and I also haven't looked for it. I'd rather be asleep. I'm gonna open up the marbles thing now that it's 12:30. We'll probably be doing it around 1 or like 12:45, 1-ish Eastern. But give me a second. Wait. Don't type it yet. I haven't started. Okay, there we go. Now you can type it. Yeah, I set that up. Isn't that cool? No. Up 60.
Keep in mind, Fed Governor Myron commenting in a Q&A in New York now. Myron says policy is considerably restrictive and a threat to economic momentum. Myron says it's better to move to neutral quickly, but it's not a panicked state about the economy. Fed's Hamac says, right now I'm seeing inflation pressure come back in goods and also in services. Fed's Hamac says risk is persistent The risk is that persistent inflation could impact expectations. Myron says a series of 50 basis point cuts will recalibrate policy. The S&P 500 turns positive, last up 0.3%. The Nasdaq extending gains up spot 5%.
All right, well, I did my job. We got our points. Played the short down to 900, played the long on the flip over our 30. We have now been able to capture 45 points on the upside. Now it's just let your runners run. As long as trend's persisting, you're good. Move stops up, yada yada.
Fed's Hamac says the BLS is the gold standard for producing employment data. And Fed's Myron says after steep cuts, there'll be a little more cutting in 2026 and 2027. Nvidia shares extending gains up 3.5% now. And Fed's Myron adds there's no question that the Fed had gotten over its skis when it came to politics.
Hello, everybody.
Yo, 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 yo.
What a Monday.
Yeah. Finally. Listen, it did
I-
not feel great for a little bit there, but
Yeah, it looks like wow, like 9:30 to like 11
yeah,
Central.
so basically,
Fed's
yeah.
Hamac says I'm not hearing about
Right.
significant layoffs.
The trend
Listen,
continued.
all I'm gonna say is Rory hasn't been around for like 3 weeks. Market's been crap. He shows up, he's invoiced for one day,
Ooh.
and market goes up. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're just waiting on Tom for the giveaway.
So hearing now that Nvidia is said to be making an equity investment in OpenAI.
Equity investment.
So Nvidia making investment in OpenAI in
Bro.
stages.
I was telling them earlier, but it's like they're actually just passing money back and forth.
Yeah, because what was now it's Intel. Bro, what is? I'm very confused
It's
with
the
these
same.
Nvidia moves.
They're just passing money back and forth, and then OpenAI is then going to invest that money back into Nvidia, and they're just going to keep doing it over and over again.
I feel like we need an Oracle side point here with that stuff now, too. Right? Wasn't that the company that?
Yeah, Oracle,
yeah.
and then Oracle. So OpenAI invested money into Oracle, and then Oracle then used that money and invested it into OpenAI. Like they're just passing the same money back and forth, raising evaluation. It's legal until people stop making money from it. You know what I mean?
Bro.
As soon as like the market blows up, there'll be like a huge investigation, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "How did this happen?" And it's like, "Well,
Like the Eric Andre meme where he shoots the guy. And
yeah,
he's like, who did this?
yeah, yep."
Infinite money glitch.
You're already in marbles, VK. You've already done it once. Like if you're already in the thing, then you see how it says above. Uh, if you're not getting added, it's because you're already in.
Nvidia shares now up 4%.
Oh, up 4%.
Yeah, I mean, like I can manually check the list afterwards, VK, but I don't see why you would be the only one that's affected by it. It's working for everyone else, so I'm assuming that you already were in. I'm not going to scroll up and look for your name though. You can do that yourself and see if you got the message, but I don't doubt that you're on the list.
Huge uranium day. Should I go look at uranium? Holy, we're rich, man. We're actually breaking out. Has anyone here tried the Popeyes ghost pepper, Darren Dab ghost pepper wings? I that's crazy, Rory. I thought you would be right up there, man. Yeah, but those are the best ones. I want to add it to my cart for free, but I'm a little nervous.
The Canadian dollar touches a 1 week low per US dollar at around 1.3826.
My problem with wings at any like fast food place is that they're like you're dependent on the minimum wage employee to sauce them correctly.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
that's the problem.
There's definitely like
And Fed's Barkin's online event has now
you
ended.
gotta like try each of the ones near you, and like you gotta have your
Yeah.
list, right? Like the Popeyes by us is like slapping. It's like the best one ever. But some of them I've stopped at is like, what is this? Like, holy moly. I think the biggest culprit is Arby's, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
you get a really good Arby's, and sometimes you get just it's just, you can't even look at the place. It's like Chipotle. Well,
Gotta find the good scooper.
I haven't eaten at Chipotle in probably 10 years,
Yeah,
8 years.
that's about when it fell off.
I think the last time I had Chipotle, I was in college. Like,
Hmm.
actually. The thing with Chipotle too is like now it's the same price as if I actually go to like a good Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
Or
it's so
about like
expensive.
it's like why do I not just go to like a good place?
I agree. New thing is kava. I mean, it's all just slop bowls, bro. I mean, it is what it is. You get what you're paying for.
Fed's Myron says, unless something changes, I will continue to press for rate cuts. I am willing to dissent again.
The
I
thing
am
is
willing
like,
to dissent.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. The thing is like most like Mexican places now have some sort of bowl option. Like a lot of like the smaller like local places now have a similar thing that's like a better priced. So it's just like why go to Chipotle when there's so many local restaurants you could be supporting? That's been my feeling. Usually get better food and more food. T-Bell is better. That's crazy.
Well, it depends on the time of the day. We'll put a caveat on that.
T-Bell is better at 2 a.m. when I'm high as hell on an edible. Other than that, the only time I'd ever go to like Taco Bell if it wasn't 2 a.m. would probably be breakfast in the morning. Breakfast is
Their
decent.
breakfast is pretty good.
Like the breakfast crunch wrap slaps.
Yeah, good. Pretty good breakfast.
But I haven't had that in forever, so but that's the only time
Fed's
I could
Myron
think of
says
it.
the Fed balance sheet is swollen on unneeded asset buying.
Probably fill his LVN on NQ. Back down to like 65 would be my guess if we don't find a bid
The
here.
BLS are to release the 2024 consumer expenditures on October 30th.
Oh yeah, for sure, club. Just watch this node edge here. Need this buyer to sustain here. This is what I'm talking about when I say like LVN, right? So I'm thinking that if this buyer here at like 75 can't hold, that we'll probably need to fill this back down and then find a buyer there. We want to see a bid step in here and then get us back over 85s, then continue upward, or we'll probably fill this structural level back to this balance high. Just keep an eye on it. 85 is very clear where we need to pop back above and hold POC of previous candle.
What do you get at Taco Bell, Roy? Hell yeah, Zeno. I boycotted Taco Bell when they took the quesaritos off the menu for a couple years, and the soft tacos, the potato ones, but they got those
Yeah.
back at least. And they had the new, they got the grilled cheese burrito, which is kind of like a quesarito, so I'm kind of back. But one crunch wrap, two grilled cheese burritos is crazy, dude. That's like 8,000 calories. That's insane. How are you only 110 pounds? It's
In
crazy.
10 minutes' time now, at the top of the hour, we do get the White House press briefing with Press Secretary Levitt. We'll get a live
PNC
video on
Taco
the
Bell
feed.
meetup is wild. by the way.
That's some. Ugh. I like Xeno, so I let it slide, but that's some Tai and Garoto comment right there. And straight up, he's evolving.
Into our 85 here from our hold of 75, HVE. See if we can get this push above and hold, or if this is where our offer sticks. And it looks good bid-wise. Prep seller at 75. Just need to see the secondary buyer step up here, show interest. I think we're headed to 750 on ES, just like we were at the... That'll be our new pivot, like 730 was.
Yeah. There's so much two-sided in this like 75 kind of zone, and you have the liquidity there. Makes sense. A Cantina T-Bell. This guy's like, I live on the beach.
That's the ones that serve alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got one of those here.
I'm sure there's one around.
There's always a fight there. Always.
Yes. They when I left Madison, they took out the Wendy's and they put in a Cantina Taco Bell. So I missed it, but like, it's gotta be crazy. Oh, surely, Ty.
All right, let's see if we can hold this edge on retest into this like 80, 85 for a bid, or if we fail here. Pretty important retest. Need to find liquidity pretty quick. How do you feel about pickled Pepsi, by the way?
Pickle Peps. I saw you post that video. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's a real thing at KFC. What?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm that white trash. Like, I can try to be, but I just don't think I can successfully do it. I like pickles, but not as like a main ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never just like eat a pickle.
Yeah, it's just like it's good with like fatty foods. Like some
Yeah, like
acidity.
I don't really even like pickle chips are fine, like I'll eat them, but I never like I don't crave them or like I don't go out of my way to get them. Or I know some people it's like their life. I don't know. My dad like really hates pickled food, so I never really ate it as a
Yeah.
kid.
Got it.
Like I mean, I do eat like a lot. Like I enjoy pickled food and a lot of, but not really cucumbers. Like I'd rather have like green beans or
Yeah,
even like
anything.
like
The
kimchi even.
Mediterranean, yeah,
Sure.
or Asian.
I guess if does kimchi count as pickled? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
fermented, whatever. So
Sure.
yes, almost there. Bid's still trying to stop.
Kind of an abysmal take there on it. We'll see. 85 was nice, but offer still sitting at 95. Small range. While we wait for ES to slowly make its way up to 750.
So in 5 minutes' time now, at the top of the hour, we get the White House
Pickled
press briefing with
mushrooms.
Press Secretary Levitt. Live video is on the feed for those
I
interested.
don't think I've ever had a pickled mushroom.
Yeah, that sounds I feel like it would just get mushy.
Yeah, because all the liquid would flow into
Yeah.
it. Trying to think how you would do it. Like, I'm fine with like a balsamic on top of a mushroom that's already been cooked. But
Unless it's like what are they? The shorter more like Asian mushrooms that are like more crunchy.
yeah,
They're almost like bean sprouts. I
yeah, the
forget what
white
they're called.
ones.
Yeah, I really like those. Those
Uh,
might be good like that.
they're called enoki.
Yeah,
Enoki.
yep.
What is going on outside? You hear those sirens? Like the SWAT's outside. It is possible.
True.
Very close. God, I gonna be like the scariest shit, man. Swatted. Thanks. So excited to move out of this place. Way too many of you know where I live.
It's funny.
Ohio? Oh man, I'm in Florida. Flex finally convinced me to move to Florida. Huge.
Huge.
W. Yeah, I don't know how much more we're getting here, guys. Yes, it's basically a target. See if this 85 continues to hold, but I think if like this 80-85 flips, that NQ might be done short term until it pull back to like 55. Just keep an eye on this pivot.
Shortly expecting comments from White House Press Secretary Leavitt. Again, the live video is on the feed.
I don't know. Just losing a bit of momentum. We have 40 seconds until new 15s. Like, we basically hit target. Offer's still sitting there at 50 on EOS. We'll see. 30 seconds.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Morning, morning. Or I guess good
Hello.
afternoon. Yeah.
Well, it depends on what time zone you're in,
Yeah.
but in 30 seconds, we will be afternoon.
Should I close up the old...
Give it a few extra seconds.
Oh, I guess I announce it. Type/play, or exclamation mark play in YouTube chat if you want to enter. We will be closing up entries here in like 10 seconds. So if you have-
Basil, you just type play. Make sure you type exclamation point play.
yeah. If you have not signed up, now is your time. I'll give it again just like another like I don't know 30 seconds and then we're done.
Hate for you to miss because you forgot an exclamation point.
Yeah. You've had 45 minutes to sign up, so if you miss it, I don't feel bad.
That's fair.
Like, at this point.
So I think I figured out how to do the local
Nice.
tracking. There's a bunch of check marks that I had to go and check, so we'll test it today, and if not, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give up after today. We'll just do single races maybe in the future, just to keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, the way you were saving the data points also isn't bad. We could probably just like take the log for those and then put it into like ChatGPT to add up the points quickly.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
but up to you.
Well, hopefully this works, so we don't have to even worry about that.
Yep. All right.
I know.
Anyone else? We good?
10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. I close it up. You have until I say close to actually join. Wow, that was very last minute. All right, close. All right, now let me send you the CSV.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good. I'm glad you made it, man.
Yeah.
You can even if you're watching on TV, just open your phone. You should be able to type in chat.
Oh, it saves it from last week even. That's cool. Looks like 91 names. Does that sound right?
No, no way.
I mean, all the names are different.
Really?
Oh, did it add to the list that you had Friday?
It shouldn't, but
Did you
maybe.
delete the file or
No,
rewrite it?
but it's never done that before. It usually just like writes from the resets from the old save. I mean, there were a lot of sign-ups this time, but
I
yeah,
just see
maybe.
there's only like 50 people watching, but maybe people signed up and then left.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are they all individual names?
Yeah, they all look different, so
Okay, yeah. Well, either people are here or they're not when they win. If not, we'll just go down the list, you know?
I'll try reloading it and see. Nope, 91. Okay, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the number, that's the number, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good though. That'll make it real fun. So, I think I have to change the amount of people you said, right?
Yeah, to
Max
whatever
100.
the number is on that list.
Like over.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's not here to accept it, then we'll just go to the next person who in order on the leaderboard.
Alright,
Easy
I
enough.
will stream it here.
Yeah, 1 sec. Uh,
I'm going to mute myself so I don't get feedback, and then I'll start here when everyone's ready. Let's get some music going. Can you hear the music?
Mm,
It should be
yeah.
really quiet. All right. Here we go. All right, we'll start in 10 seconds. Wait, did it not? Yeah, okay, so I will join myself, and we will start.
I think it's the wrong one.
It
You have to
says
do the
1 out of
bots.
91. Oh, did I not do that? Hold on, we could.
Because it shouldn't say top exclamation play in the quarter.
Let's try this again. Random. Bots.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. 91.
Yeah, it's weird because the blue you would think is the selected, but it's not.
Right. All right. Ooh. All right. Here we go. Oh,
Yeah.
looks like we're good to go. And go. Here we're off. Oh, I feel like we always do this one. All right, whatever.
I mean, it's not a bad one.
No, not at all.
It's people yeeted. The old toilet bowl.
See who makes it out of the poop chute first. Infinite Jest with the early lead, followed by Royal Blade and Guy Samuel. We got a bird's eye view here.
Bird's eye view. My favorite is when the marbles go on the thumbnail changes on the stream.
Oh yeah, we get more people join immediately when that happens too. The Gamba.
God, I hate this camera work. I wish I could do like an up and down, like.
Yeah, it should be bound to like Q, like a 3D program, or sorry, control.
So I have to like zigzag my way
Yeah.
down.
Very weird. No X and Y.
Bob Shen. Ooh, Thomas in first place. Well, Manny Singh. Thomas with the going to the right. All right, we're gonna get the bird's eye view over the end here. I won't move it now. Thomas, see if he can make. Oh, he got right through that. Gonna be a close one.
What's he doing?
He's just
According
ping
to
ponging
sources,
there.
Yeah.
Nvidia
Gave it
investment
up.
in OpenAI.
Ooh, is Thistle gonna take it, or is Marco gonna take it? Marco, I think Marco's got it in the bag.
So just a reminder, at
Yep.
1:15 p.m. Eastern Time, the Bank of Canada's Senior Deputy Governor Rogers is due to speak at the
finish.
Economic Club of New York.
Macro moves. How many are we
Just a
doing? Are we doing
correction, so
3?
he's due to speak at the School of
Yeah.
Economics
Okay.
Supervisors on the supervision culture in the financial sector.
Best of 3 sounds good. They're quick enough where we can do a few. All right. Final results. Feel like I
Copy
could
just in case.
post that in the. All right. Let's play again. Wait, does it do the same? I thought we don't want to do the same one. All right, let's go race. Do random. Bots. Play. Yeah, we're just gonna do random. If there's deaths, there's deaths. If there's not, there's not. And we're off. Ooh, this is a weird one. I've never seen this one before.
Jumps.
Ramps. Looks like there's deaths. You can fall off the side. Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, Donna.
You just gotta stay in the middle, I guess. Dude, everybody's dying. Oh no, you can okay, no. You can go on the side tracks. Dude, it's hard to tell with the monotone colors. Oh my god, okay. There we go. Is there like a ball going down the track that can kill people?
It looks like it. Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Ooh, Filipino Chengi. Is that Cheng?
I haven't seen Chang in a minute.
I'm in a fantasy football league with him. He's funny.
Is he winning?
He's not. He's in contention.
Okay.
Yeah, that ball is like.
The White House press briefing has now started.
Press conference.
How you feel about them blaming Tylenol for autism?
Oh yeah. Crazy that autism existed before Tylenol, but you know, about 40 years before.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
you
not
know,
a scientist, so I can't say
been,
anything.
it's been cured.
Ooh, what a launch there! Holy cow! I can't even keep up with this. This is moving so fast. What the Joe? Oh, do you win by how far you get shot? Okay.
That's cool.
So it's not about who finishes first, it's about who gets launched the farthest.
White House Press Secretary Levitt says Trump will give a major speech tomorrow morning.
That's different.
Joe is obviously hacking. Look at that. Holy.
Yeah, it's like
Dude
such
is-
an outlier.
Bro is cheating. Some VAR on that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You get a lot of points for that distance.
Looks like it's tracking the points because it
Press
has.
Secretary
points
Levitt
from
says
last
Trump
race.
is to
I
meet
think we're
with
good to
UN
go.
Alright,
Secretary
yeah.
General and
Might as
leaders
well
of
save,
Ukraine,
but
Argentina,
yeah, it
and
looks
the
good.
EU at the UN.
So I think I can just go into the leaderboard after this. So let's go random track. Ooh, Dapper, your song's playing. All right, last
Nice.
race. Good luck, everyone.
My song's playing?
Yeah, I made songs for both of you. I don't know if you've been listening. Custom TFC music.
Turn it up a little bit.
I have it muted because I get the echo.
Levitt
want
says
to-
Trump is to hold a multilateral Middle East meeting.
Oh.
All right, let's see what kind of race we have here. Bunch of obstacles. I think going from the side actually isn't that terrible. I can follow it a little bit more, but you know, get the action through these dumbbells here, whatever you call them. I like how many people we have in this race. Makes it a little more chaotic.
He's got a hat, it's sharp and tall, spins a coin, commands it all. Cards on fire, the stakes are high.
Dude, I is killing it.
Electric sky. Lightning in his fingertips. Power flowing, watch it.
See if we can get a bird's eye here on the finish line. Is I gonna take it, or is he gonna get caught up in these blades here? Still in first, but ooh, he snuck through. Got one more. He's going slow though. What's going on here?
Holy.
What was that? What was that? It looked like a cannon shot him.
Order submitted.
Sugar Rush,
Surely
easy.
expecting the results of the Fed reverse repo operation.
If we flip 75s on NQ, we could see a bit of a sell here. By the way.
Oh, there
See what
goes
happens.
Nicholas Ruiz, dead. Glockman dead. That's a first. Got an algo trade while we're on stream.
Offer really trying to step down here at 75. It needs to flip if we're going to go down, or they absorb, and then we pop back over 85s again.
Fire got some people there. All right, let's tally this up and see if we got a winner here.
15 counterparties take $14.173 billion at the Fed reverse repo operation.
There's a three-way tie between Sugar Rush, Macro Moves, and Joe. I feel like we should do in the chat just like a RNG 1, 2, 3, and whichever one. I don't like that it doesn't. Let me copy this here. I don't like that it only gives points to like the top 3 people or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird.
So
Be right back.
let me see if I go into the local leaderboard if it'll give me something better. So let's go to the menu, race results, race menu. Forget how do I go into the hub? Leaderboard, local. How do I see it? So I have the local here. Podium. Sugar Rush in third, Joe in second, and Macro Moves in first. All right, so there we go. Macro, you win. According to the local leaderboard.
Huge. And he's in chat, all 3 of them. Good job, guys. We'll do another one on Wednesday.
So yeah, I feel like that's in alphabetical order though. I'm gonna do an RNG. I think it's in alphabetical order. That's not fair.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do 1 through 3. You'll see it in the chat pop up. I'm just gonna use the RNG bot, and it'll pick a winner. So this has Joe. It says, "Sorry, Macro, I teased you."
No.
All right, Joe, you win.
Yo.
So if there's a tie in the future, we're just gonna do the RNG bot. I feel like that's the fairest way to go. You won a 50K Tradeify account. So if you're in the Discord, just send me a chat, a DM. Otherwise, you can open a help ticket in the TFC Central and I can send it to you there. Either way is fine with me. If you don't have Discord, join the TFC Discord, or for any reason, yeah, let's see what we got left to give. It's going to be a... Give me a second. It's going to be an advanced account, and then Friday we'll give away the growth account. We always do the big one on Friday, so... Congrats, and I hope you guys good luck in your trading this week. I'll see you guys Wednesday.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, we've got Levitt yapping right now. Offer trying to step below the 75. 75 holding once again. No change. Again, need to see bid step over 85s and start to show that it's supportive, or we will just kind of rotate here until that offer can actually get us below 75. Someone very clearly absorbing down there. What's up, macro? Yeah, Tom's got you. All good, back row. Who is funding Antifa?
That's a question.
Organized group Antifa. Brother, what? What is going on? All right. Again, as long as 75's holding and then we flip 85, upside feels likely. You need to see a very clear step below and someone to be offsides up here. It could definitely still happen with Levitt speaking. Just kind of looks like chop to me. But I'll be watching to see if this is going to get filled into this like 40 to 50 area. Or if we can continue to build here off of a failure to hold below, right? As long as we're doing that, I think that this is viable. Other than that, I don't really see a ton here. I think it's just like a playoff of 80-85 on a look above for attempts for longs, and then you're looking for 75 go offer from a failure here for shorts if it was ever going to happen. If 75 offer can flip, again, I think it's just a rotation back down to this POC here at like 50 to 55-ish, right? There's really like 45 to 55 points there. But as long as this is maintaining, I just don't really see the argument to be made yet for sell side. I mean, it definitely can happen, but we need to see a very clear sell and then hold of this, and then you can play that down. Right, we've got a node building out here. Yeah. I'm probably gonna head out now that the giveaway's over. But I don't want to sit here for an hour with Levitt speaking.
Yep.
So you guys have a good rest of your day. I will talk to you tomorrow. And yeah.
Enjoy.
Peace.